So the second question is, do Muslims today still wear the same traditional attire, or has it changed due to society?
All over around the world, Muslims really wear almost what their culture, wears. Now, as I said earlier, it all comes down to do not be basically naked, okay? Try to be modest. So, like for instance, in the African culture, women like to dress with a two-piece cloth, which is they try to cover their hair. There's one that goes over their shoulder and one on the bottom. That is fine. Here in Hawaii, for instance, you have women, sometimes they dress in these muumuus. Muumuus are very well acceptable. The only thing that the woman needs to do now is make sure that her hair is covered. So covering of the hair is period. That has to be done for all women. But as far as just wearing the abaya, what they call it, or the baka, that is mostly cultural. Afghanistan, like for instance, women over there, because of their culture, they wanted to wear the whole entire burqa, which is covering their faces and everything. Only thing you can see is just their eyes. And they cover their hands too with gloves and everything else. Yes. Basically, the whole point, again, is to put emphasis on minimizing sexual arousal. And that's what it's come down to. Because that corrodes the society. When a woman, or even a man, is not dressed appropriately, and they're basically moving around in society, marketplaces and all this, things start kind of a little bit sometimes going the wrong way. And to avoid all that, then everybody covers up. So that way, the person who only sees your beauty is your husband, or somebody you're going to be marrying eventually. So that kind of covers the dress code. For the man in Saudi Arabia, they wear what we call thobes, Thobe. It's like a white gown. You've seen it usually, like the one sometimes you see that not Mary, but Jesus, and it's depicted on pictures. And the other thing I want to say is, if you look out through history, even in Christianity, forget even that far, okay? Go back to the time the Pilgrims came to America. The women covered up all the way until their hair. Yes, women were wearing scarves. They were not, the modern women that we see around. They had those long dresses. They usually had a scarf, and their arms were also covered up to their hands. So it's really not something that has, been very different. Most religions, women covered up. Even when you look at right now, depiction of Mary in some kind of like pictures, she's covered up all the way. The only thing you see for the Virgin Mary is her face, right? So Islam tries to keep it that way because that's the natural way that women should be.